didn't really want to deal with the fact that it could possibly be negative vibe. But
Yeah.
that mental strength will come and it will grow. And if you just need to keep doing it, it's like a workout.
Exactly. I literally was like, you just took my thoughts out my brain. I was just about to say it. You start training for the first time, and then you tell yourself the whole time, I can't do this
Yeah.
push up, this is blah, 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 because you couldn't. You're never going to break the wall
Yeah.
of trying to do it and
Yeah.
even get to the point of being able to do it. Practice makes progress. And I think that for us to practice, like show up as her.
Now,
This is a nice. Hi, how are you?
hey, dude.
Why do we always have struggle with technology? Like, I think as a
We've
millennial,
been having technical difficulties.
you would think that as a millennial we know how these things work, but we just don't. I don't understand.
No, I think that things are becoming like way too complicated.
Yes,
think
I
it's
agree.
anyway,
How are you? How's the weather been?
fucking cold. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't swear, but it's been so cold.
I think when you come from summer into winter, you have to swear about the weather because it feels like it just happened overnight, even though like, we all know.
No, it literally feels like it just happened overnight, honestly. I'm still shocked that it's getting cold.
But the sun's out though.
Yeah, but it's still like it's only
Cold.
8 degrees.
I also have winter, slowly winter. We're finally in like the 20s. Best.
That's like
It's like spring, summer actually in the 20s. I was so happy to see that like, tonight, for example, this is the lowest the temperature has been in weeks. It's going to be like 26 degrees tonight. So I'm so excited about that. Breathe. I'm sorry. You hate me right now.
no comment. I'm not even gonna comment on what you're saying because that's ridiculous, Tane. That's utterly ridiculous. Oh,
No.
I wanted to ask you about your sponsorship. I wanted to ask you, are they a company from Dubai or what happened? Did they reach out to you?
So this guy reached out to me on Instagram and he was like, hey, are you interested in like working with this brand, like based in Dubai? And I was very excited because I really wanted to work with the sports brand. And it's great to know that there's a brand out there that was interested in having me work with them. I think that
Yes.
was like
I'm sure you will find exactly what you are looking for. Like,
yeah.
that's something to worry about. We always know that if something doesn't happen right now, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you.
Yes, that is so crazy actually. And I was so you know the Pivot Year. It's this book by Brianna Weiss.
I don't
And
know. Tell me more.
so
Yeah.
yes, it's called the
Okay.
Pivot Year. Okay.
Like, as in the year of
The year and
365 days.
365. This is the book, right? And like I don't
Okay.
like reading, as we know. So, anyway, like the beginning of the year, the end of last year, I went to the bookstore and I was like, a goal is to read.
Okay.
I just want to read something. And then I saw this book and I had no idea what it was. And I was like, oh, this is cool, whatever. But basically, what it is that every single day, there's a message for you.
Oh, that's so cool. I actually wanted to ask you about this because I was also thinking that maybe I need to do some more
Yes.
mindfulness and stuff like
And
that.
this book is amazing. It's not every day. Some days I forget about it.
Okay.
But then when I do open this book on the day that I do see it, it speaks to you. Today, I know that I shared this on my Instagram, but can I read it to you?
Yes, sure, please do.
So today's 288, and it says, piece by piece, you are going to make a life for yourself, not because you have finally arrived at a place where everything is perfect, but because you have allowed your flowers to grow in between the concrete of your grief. Because you have chosen to believe in hope for just one more second than you have indulged in your fear, because you learned to stop holding yourself to your own impossible standards and began to practice following your heart through each hour of every day, letting it lead you to the greatest revelations, smallest pleasures, and the quiet salve of healing hours. You are going to make a life for yourself, even if you fear that you are not. We've been doing it all along. Like,
Crazy.
and I feel like I don't know like, if you have now that like you approaching 30 and like 29, I'm sorry.
I was like, what? She's putting that out there?
There's no shame in this.
Yeah, no shame. I'm joking.
I think with your age, you're
I'm
so
joking.
best, to be honest with you. I genuinely feel like we are. But I feel like, like you reach a point. It's some people this happens like at a different stage in their life. I don't know at what age this happened for you, but if I elaborate on it, then you can tell me like what age, where you reach this point where you like start becoming in
You,
yourself. Like
yes.
yes,
You start accepting this is me and you grow into that person and
yes,
every year that passes, you grow deeper and deeper into being that person. For me, that was
yes.
28 when I was 28. That
When you're
happened.
28,
Yes.
what was that like? Like
It's like an awakening almost, I would put it. It's
yeah,
like a feeling of being so self-secure and positive about your future because you've
yeah,
just made it through the a couple of rough years before then. And
yeah,
now you're on your feet, you've established yourself in your career, in your personal life with your friends and your family, in your physical life, you're feeling yourself in every aspect.
yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're so at peace with who you are, where you are, and it's such a great feeling.
It's amazing because I am now like at 29. Shit, such a late bloomer.
It's not that you're late, Blomedy. You need
Yeah,
time.
but
You need that
I
time,
don't.
and that's
But
okay.
you know what my struggle is at the moment? I am aware of all of these things happening. And the reason why I wanted to read this today to you was because there was one line in here that is just the highlight of this. It says, um, because you have allowed your flowers to grow in
Grow.
between the concrete of your grief. That is so powerful, just that piece, because I'm like, all of us have a deep rooted story that
Yes.
something happened. And then I feel like in that time when you are in the concrete, some people get stuck there for a very long time and
Yes.
their
The
flowers
concrete
don't
weighs them
grow.
down.
Yes, and there's never a crack and they just stay there. And for the most people, when they actually do like, start to battle with this concrete and break it down a little bit and whatever, you come to yourself. But it's such a scary transition, actually, because for me, I've gotten so used to being a certain way. Like, you need to handle yourself a certain way, you need to speak a certain way, the way you like dress, be very modest, very mindful, cute, demure. Like, literally, you need to quite literally be of those things. And then you get to a point where you like flip the script on yourself and you're like, screw it. I'm actually going to be confident. I'm actually going to be daring. I'm actually going to wear this dress that I wouldn't, you know what I mean? And then it's like I feel a bit of tug of war at myself where I'm like
Yeah, because
losing
it's
my
the old still trying to hold, it's the subconscious still trying to hold on to the familiar feeling or trying to hold on to the feeling of comfort and stuff. But it's so
yeah,
important for us mentally to break through that phase. I know exactly what you mean because for me, that struggle is just every day putting
yeah,
myself on the internet. I
yeah.
don't know why people think I'm such a social butterfly, but I'm not.
Um,
With my friends, yes, with people
yeah, I
that
was just about to say,
but with
yeah,
new people, please don't put me in a room with new people. I freak out. So, like, for me this year, I really think that putting myself more on social media, which is what something that I really want to do, I just never do it because it's like I have to speak into a camera or I have to put myself out there and I value my privacy so much.
yeah,
So I get what you mean when you're saying you're doing it and you putting yourself out there and you don't know what's going to come, if it's going to be good vibes or if it's going to be negative vibes, and subconsciously your mind doesn't really want to deal with the fact that it could possibly be negative vibes, but
yeah.
that mental strength will come and it will grow, and if you just need to keep doing it, it's like a workout.
Exactly. I literally was like, you just took my thoughts out my brain. I was just about to say, if you start training for the first time, and then if you tell yourself the whole time, I can't do this push
Yeah.
up, this is blah, 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 because you couldn't, you're never going to break the wall of
Yes.
actually trying to do it. And
Yeah.
even get to the point of being able to do it, practice makes progress. And I think that for us to practice, like show up as her.
Now,
This is
my
another
things are
thing.
mostly football stuff and memes.
I feel like, but something like the message always like remains the same in
Yeah.
some weird way, even like it still comes across. But there's this thing where they are saying like show up as her, like even if you feel you are not her, show up as her. Like, you need to trick your brain in believing that I
I'm
am the
that
boss.
bitch.
I am it. There we go.
100%.
Also, like stepping into the confidence as well of it. Like, and there's also a very fine line between like being confident and then
And the
being
Lulu.
completely delulu. Yes. Like there's a fine line. I also think my fear is that
And it's
because the
always
line is
important to have
fine,
friends to tell
I
you.
keep you in check. So I'm like very grateful to have you in my life. This book is amazing actually.
Also bought this cool book. It's called Ikigai, if I'm saying that correctly. One second. Let me just.
Okay.
It's a Japanese book, but this book
Okay.
is in German. But
Okay.
basically, what Ikigai is in Japanese, your meaning for life and your the thing that drives you every day. So I haven't read the book yet, but I'm very excited to start reading it.
Why?
I think I need to first go and buy the English
English.
because yeah,
I mean,
I
doing
can
your
read basic
German.
German stuff. To read a book with like words that I possibly don't know yet. My German skills are not at that level yet, but I'm definitely gonna go and buy the English version because that book really looks interesting. Because Andy's glued at the moment.
You must send that to me also via Instagram. Yes.
I
Yeah,
did
I don't know
buy a
what else.
book when I was in Vienna as well, but I haven't
What did
read
you
it yet.
buy? You
When I
haven't
was
read it yet.
in, yeah, didn't read it. I didn't even open it yet. It's just in my cupboard.
I feel like you get to a certain age where you start to do things. Do you remember when you used to hate wine? And then all of a
Yes.
sudden you loved wine. But now we like, I hate reading, but now you get going to the beach and reading your book just seems
Yeah.
like
And he was even like, "Oh, when I go to Cape Town, I must take me a book or two with again for when we go to the beach." I was
yeah.
thinking of getting him a Kindle, but he likes to.
The actual books. Listen, books are heavy. You know, when I left Cape Town, because I took my book,
Books did
really
you
the one.
buy?
No, when from here, so I took with me, and then like three other books that I took, and then a friend bought me a book for my birthday.
Okay.
Got to the airport, I was like, I'm gonna be fine with my bags. I weighed the bag, so you were like, oh, it's 30.5, not bad.
Yes,
So I
yeah.
wrapped my bags. I go the lady's like, I'm so sorry, but because we allow maximum weight on this flight, your 500 grams, you over. I'm like, can I pay in? She's like, you cannot pay in. This is the maximum that you can do. You must either like buy another suitcase. Then I took the books out and it was
It
the book.
was. No, that's crazy.
1.5 kgs. I just took the books out. 1.5 kg. And then I was like, what the heck is this? And then I obviously put it in my hand luggage, but I couldn't believe it. So it's like, note to self when you
Listen,
travel.
that is a scam in itself, hey? What do
What?
you mean the flight is full for my 500
So
grams
I
of
asked her,
my. No, 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 no. I know what bullshit they're gonna spin you, but this books is going on the same flight that my
and
bags is going
no,
on.
I asked that. She said, by law, the guys who lift up the bags can't lift
Lift more
more
than a
than
certain.
50 kg.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
because
what
if
it's
they get
about.
hurt and the bag weight turns out to be heavy, then the insurance doesn't cover them.
Ah.
That's why it's me. And
Yeah,
she's
I
like,
always used to be like,
why is this so suspicious?
wait, I have something that I want to ask you. Have you seen this BS going around at the moment of a cortisol diet?
No.
Cortisol diet. That's what I'm getting on my feed, by the way, at the
Yeah.
moment.
Okay.
People are thinking of new scams every day. Why
It's
are we trying to make women feel like their hormones are so out of whack
yeah,
that they need a certain diet or a certain workout to feel better again or whatever, where
yeah.
there's no one specific thing that's gonna make you feel better. Or if your hormones are out of control, just basic things like water would help regulate hormones,
And
exercise, going for a walk, consuming more veg and fruit will regulate your hormones.
it's like on your Instagram is genuinely what happens in your brain because you see this shit all the time. I think like every second person you're gonna see is gonna be on this diet and you're gonna feel like you're doing something wrong. You should be on this diet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I just want to close off in saying that, like, to all the women who see this BS on Instagram, basically telling you that you need to do a cortisol detox or a cortisol cleanse or something like that. Those are just people who are trying to play on the insecurities of women feeling like they are bloated because they have too much cortisol or feeling like they're struggling to lose weight because they're too much cortisol. Because cortisol is a real reason why women do struggle to lose weight because of high cortisol. But there's no one specific exercise or diet or workout plan that's just going to fix that. So please
Mm.
don't fall into those traps. Just continue to live healthy, make healthier choices, move more because exercise is for
Like
cortisol.
keep in mind that we are all different. All of us are different. And just because this one specific thing worked for these people
Yes,
doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. Do what works
for
for
you.
like
Yes.
you. And that's like the main thing. So that concludes our very first episode. And that was so much fun. Thank you guys for listening and
Arigato.
tuning in. This was fun. We will see you next time.
Yay! And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.